And we're back, folks, after a quick break. Should have Eduardo Aguilar and Kevin Cooper coming up for us. Tell me about Aguilar there, David.
Aguilar's a hometown fighter from the Smyrna Laverne area. Fought amateur here. He is a very entertaining fighter. You never know exactly what you're going to get from him. He can get a little cocky in the ring at times. He's got a lot of ability. He just needs to settle down. He's in great physical shape. He should win the fight, but he puts himself in danger. He takes a lot of risks. This should be an entertaining fight.
And then how about Cooper?
Cooper is one of those journeyman fighters who tries to be a survivor. He is going to get his opportunities, though, because oftentimes Aguilar swings for the fences. So when you swing for the fences, you leave yourself open for counters. So if Cooper can survive the initial onslaught, he may actually have a chance. But I would think betting money would go on Aguilar.
Absolutely. And then, yeah, Smyrna, Tennessee, that's my neck of the woods up there. Any of the, like we said earlier, any of those Bulldog fans out there that may be watching.
And Aguilar does have really good people in his corner. He's got two guys by the name of Kevin Page and Mike Rogers. Mike Rogers is a real sort of local legend. Mike the honky-tonk hitman Rogers. He's a local fighter, 25-2 with 19 knockouts. Also a country music singer.
Yeah, I was
just a real entertaining fellow.
Ask, how did he come about to get the nickname Honky Tonk?
He also is the son of legendary cutman Ray Rogers, who is the cutman for former middleweight champion Jermaine Taylor, and also the now deceased former WBO heavyweight champion Tommy the Duke Morrison.
That's a name I've heard before.
Yeah, so Mike has really strong lineage in boxing. He really knows what he's doing. If Aguilar will listen to his corner, he should prevail.
Got a little bit of a delay. Not sure what's going on down there. We've heard the entrance music. Tony Leahy said that there is some technical difficulties that they're having, so until we get going, folks, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back whenever they get ready to tap gloves and get her going.
Got a little commotion going on here down in the gallery.
You know, in boxing fights, we want fights to be in the ring, not outside
the ring.
Remember Bo Galata won in New York, where it's the complete brawl. I remember Jim Lampley was just sitting there terrified, and a guy was coming up, and you could hear George Foreman, "Don't do it, son, don't do it, son." Jim Lampley was on the air thanking George Foreman for saving his behind.
Yeah, that'd be one person I'd want to have behind me in that situation for sure.
You want the fighting in the ring, not outside the ring.
A little bit of Rick Ross, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are so pleased to have David Hudson, who's a Bandy law professor, doing our play-by-play and bringing you all the action. Anthony Fiorella is the caller, and the contender is coming into the ring now. We're getting ready to get back live with boxing here at the Tennessee State Fairgrounds on St. Patty's Day. We appreciate you watching Stork Vision. Take it away, David.
Well, we're in for an entertaining 4-round fight. Eduardo Aguilar is a pure action fighter. He comes in with non-stop action, sometimes throws defense to the wind. It'll be a very interesting fight.
We've got 2-0 so far for Eduardo Aguilar in his professional career. Kevin Cooper not so fortunate at 1-13.
Yeah, this should be another win for Aguilar, but he usually makes it interesting.
Cooper does look like he's in pretty good physical condition.
You know, and sometimes records are deceiving. The fighter that lost the most professional fights in history was a guy named Reggie Strickland from Indiana. And he was actually a pretty good fighter, a very good defensive fighter.
Anthony Bryant will continue to be our referee. I would assume Dan Zimba will probably step in for the 10-round and the 6-round fight.
I'm not sure how they're doing that. It looks like Dan Zimba is one of the judges right now, so they may be rotating, may have 4 judges, but Dan Zimba is a quality ring official. I tell you, Anthony Bryant is just one of the best referees around, really. I'd really like to see him get a bigger opportunity. He's just really a talented referee. Don't blink, because Aguilar's all action. He'll come with guns a-blazing.
Aguilar in the blue and red trunks, Cooper in the black trunks.
Fighting like Muhammad Ali here with his hands down.
Yeah, I was fixing.
Don't think he's as good as Muhammad Ali. He probably needs to put his hands up. But that's what I mean. He's very entertaining. He really likes to fight. Lilly has a really good left hook to the body. Boy, he throws it with mean intentions, but he leaves himself wide open. If Cooper can survive the early onslaught, throws a good right hand, he could tag Aguilar. Aguilar has his hands down at his waist. It's not something I would advise to most fighters.
Yeah, it's almost as if he's saying, you know what, go ahead, hit me in the face. I dare you. We'll see what happens.
He's a really well conditioned. But
the way that Cooper looks as well. I don't know if I'd want to take one to the face.
I wonder what Mike Rogers is thinking in the corner. That's not what he did as a fighter. Mike Rogers had over 200 amateur fights and about 28 professional fights. I don't remember him doing that. That's not really orthodox boxing. But he's got a mean left hook.
Boy.
He's throwing it.
Down he goes.
Downs, yeah. Aguilar needs to go to the neutral corner.
The neutral corners would be the white corners, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Now, since he did not go to that corner, was there anything that Anthony Brown could have done there?
Well, he just needs to. He was just paying attention to the fallen fighter, but ideally he would tell Aguilar to go to the neutral corner.
Okay, nothing really big can happen out of that, though.
Well, technically, theoretically, we've had a few long counts in boxing. Remember Gene Tunney and Jack Dempsey back in 1927, where Tunney was actually on the canvas for about 14 seconds, but he got up at the count of 8 because there was a long count. Cooper needs to get up and really...
Did they count that as a knockdown?
No, that was a slip, but he really needs to land something significant, or this is just going to be a train wreck.
Yeah, it's really gone downhill fast for Kevin Cooper.
He's not showing too much right now.
Boy, Aguilar just kind of cocks his jaw up right there and says, just go ahead and hit me.
You know, he's a very confident young man, and there's a difference, though, between confidence and arrogance. And
yeah.
He may sometimes straddle that line, but he really is in good shape, and there's no doubt about it. You wouldn't want to be hit by his left hook.
No. How about that? Is that a slip as well?
Looks like he called that a slip. There we go. Cooper actually landed a punch.
That, yeah. But definitely that round going to Aguilar.
Yeah, that's
10-8, correct?
10-8 round for Aguilar. Excellent.
Starting to get the hang of it. And, boy, I'll tell you one thing that I've really enjoyed here tonight, David, is the history lesson that I've been receiving on boxing. I've learned quite a bit, as I'm sure Stork has as well.
Well, I'm constantly learning. That's
but
I love reading. I love reading boxing books. It's just fun to watch old tapes.
Yeah.
But the sport has got such a rich and storied history. You can never learn it all.
Absolutely. Really the only...
David, where is boxing right now when you start thinking about it? You know, it had a rich history there for a little while. Where are we now with boxing?
I think we're coming back, Stork. We've got some undefeated heavyweights. We've got Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker. So the heavyweights kind of dictate boxing. Remember when we had Mike Tyson when he dominated boxing from about 86 to 90? I think boxing's on the upswing.
And it's really... I feel like what it kind of missed for a little while, just from the outside looking in, definitely not the biggest boxing know-it-all whatsoever, but I feel like it was kind of missing that big-name guy that everybody could kind of latch on to. Every sport's sort of got that, that LeBron James or...
Well, when Sugar Ray was fighting, it was just big, wasn't it, David? I mean, everybody
absolutely
tuned in on ABC Wide World of Sports to see Sugar Ray and the tassels and
Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns. It was just a golden era of boxing. A boxing historian by the name of George Kimball once referred to it as the Four Kings: Leonard, Hearns, Hagler, and Duran. It was really a great time for boxing, and we really need to get back there.
Personally, I'd have to say if I could go back and watch one guy, the guy that really I've seen the most, I'd really would have loved to have seen Rocky Marciano fight.
Boy, I tell you what, he just never quit. And that's Susie Q, which was the nickname for his right hand. He was 49-0 with 43 knockouts, and he had power late. And he stopped Jersey Joe Walcott in the 13th round in their first fight. He just had no quit in him at all.
Well, he just
49-0 is 49-0.
Yeah, and he's one of the very few to end a career undefeated, isn't he?
He absolutely is, and then, of course, Floyd Mayweather topped him at 50-0.
Yeah.
But I tell you, Aguilar's just having his way, and Cooper's really not offering much resistance. This is really not a very good showing so far from Cooper.
No, not at all. And that he gets knocked down in the first round, and Aguilar is he's done so well with those lefty hooks that you've been talking about. And even right there, just Aguilar wide open, and Cooper just hadn't been able to take advantage of it this whole bout.
I'd like to see Aguilar just be a little more disciplined. I mean, he's really got some skills, and if he just would apply. I mean, he's obviously in great condition, but he just needs to watch himself in there.
There's only so far you can go along with it. The more and more that you move up, you're not going to be able to get away with that.
Yeah, he's not as quick as Floyd Mayweather or Pernell Whitaker.
No.
But he sure is dominating this fight. Really not much in resistance, as I said. That left hook to the body. Oh, nice shot. I don't know if he's getting up from that, Anthony.
Cooper on all fours right now. He's up,
hurting.
but he is not in good shape.
Now, will he fight on, or will he look for a way out?
Looks like he wants to continue.
I'll give him credit for getting up. But one more left hook to the body, and I think it's good night.
Ooh, a good shot to the ribs right there.
The fat lady's singing.
Oh, boy, and Cooper's, that's what you would call saved by the bell right there.
Yeah, another 10-8 round for Aguilar. I'm not sure Cooper's going to come out for the third round.
Yeah, he's just not in good shape.
He's just not offering any resistance.
Not at all, and he's really nursing that midsection. He's taking a couple of big blows to the body, and he's not in great shape at all. And Aguilar, one more, I'd say, and that's probably it. Now, is there a limit to how many times you can be knocked down? And
many states we have in Tennessee a 3 knockdown rule. So if you're knocked down 3 times in one round, the fight's over. It's a technical knockout.
David, talk to us a little bit about the main event coming up and a little history about these guys as we get ready to be prepared for that to keep our fans on board.
Senna Agbeko is 20-1. He's a great prospect. He's built like a Greek god. He comes in shape. He really is a tough guy. He's fighting an interesting journeyman who's better than his record suggests. So Agbeko should win, but I think Blakely will offer some resistance. It should be a crowd pleaser.
I did see that Blakey has fought some former title holders, hadn't he?
He's fought some good fighters. I tell you, like I said, you can't always judge a fighter by his record.
Yeah.
There's some fighters with some upside-down records that are actually really tough. Reggie Strickland one time told me that he can make me 10-0. I doubt that, but I almost think this fight ought to be stopped. It's a mismatch. He's really offering nothing. He quit.
That's it.
Yeah, that wasn't the most competitive affair, Anthony.
Not really, no, but you talk about how dominant that Aguilar really was, especially in between
Yeah, he needs. They may need to put him in with a little better competition. He's going to have to keep his hands up. But I tell you, that left hook to the body is a brutal punch. He's got a mean left hook to the body.
Absolutely, that was really, really spectacular to see. And right out of the gate, you know, maybe 20, 30 seconds into the round, he lands one, and he got established quickly, established early, and Cooper just had no answer.
Absolutely, and I will say I've seen all 3 of his professional fights now, and this is the best he's looked. Although he still kept his hands down. He's not Muhammad Ali. He needs to know that.
Mike Rogers over there kind of chuckling in the corner, but all in all, he'd have to be happy with him.
Well, he certainly was dominant, but like I said, they probably need to upgrade the opposition a little bit in the next fight.
The winner is the Fighting Pride of Laverne, Tennessee, Eduardo Aguilar.
So this next event is 10 rounds that will go. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right, 10 rounds. They fought before. This is a rematch.
And how did that first match go, David?
Reyes won an 8-round decision, but it was fairly competitive. This should be pretty entertaining. Edward Reyes is an action fighter. He's a pressure fighter, throws a lot of punches. And Vasquez is a veteran of about 46 professional fights, so he knows how to handle himself. It should be an entertaining fight.
Now, having said that they've both gone 8 rounds before, you think there's a pretty good likelihood that they could go the distance here tonight?
They really could. They're both seasoned veterans. Edwin just has a great fighting spirit, and Vasquez does too. So it's going to take a really determined, concerted effort on behalf of one of these pugilists to actually score a technical knockout. Yeah. They're both pretty tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, folks, 10-round matchup coming up in between Edwin Reyes and Armando Vasquez. We'll be back.